Hello everybody. Good morning, believe it or not. The time is 10:30. Could be thinking it is the depths of night. I have chosen to sit in the darkest room of the house because it's the cozy room and I like sitting here to talk about my favourite bits. I'm in my comfy clothes because, as you can see, that's appropriate comfy clothes weather. Welcome to October Favourites. I've got a really nice mix of things here. Even though they're all in front of me, I also need my notes app open to remember what I'm talking about because I just, one of those weeks. Okay, I'm going to start with something I've got on my hand, a ring from a brand called Sote. I think that's how you pronounce it. They sent me some earrings as well, and it's a really beautiful brand, and I think you will really like it if you're into chunky gold. No, that's not gold. Silver jewellery. And it has this beautiful stone on it too, and I haven't taken it off until this very moment since it arrived, and I think it's really beautiful and I love how it looks, and I've got quite big hands and chunky knuckles, and I think it suits, well, I think it's these kind of, if you've got small dainty hands you can wear any jewellery, but I think this suits bigger hands as well, so thank you so much to them for that. I really like it. This is going to be more of like a review actually, but it's my Row Terrace bag. I think that's the name of the bag. I've had this for almost a year now. I got this last December in New York, and needless to say, at great expense. It's from the Row. My mum actually bought me it incredibly generously as a Christmas gift. I don't know enough about it to know if it's one of those that's hard to get. I don't think it's like the Margot ones, which I know were like sold out and impossible to find everywhere. But a year on, I adore this bag. I have worn it exactly as often as I hoped that I would when I picked this one out. The main thing is the shoulder strap length. I think the whole proportions of it are beautiful. It's great with big coats. It's nice in the summer because you're not all bunched up under your armpit. I talk about this so often with bags, but I think I really like bags when they feel like they're just easy to wear and practical. Top handle bags I think look great. When I see women walking with them, I'm like, you look amazing. But for actually like practically going about your day in the city, I just find them so cumbersome, and then therefore they don't look chic because you just feel a bit awkward with them, or I do. Whereas this shoulder strap is great. It fits so much in. It's the softest leather. The leather has worn in beautifully, by which I mean sort of not at all. I've used this bag heavily. I've travelled with it. It's been all over with me. And yeah, it really sort of, the shape has softened a bit, but it looks as good as new in terms of the leather. It fits so much in. I have a really interesting mix of bits in here because I use it so often. So I've got in here at the moment a crossword from the New York Times that I didn't finish, a load of bookmarks from the event that I did for Buffy's and Lewis Paulson that I haven't taken out of there until now, a hard drive, some Advil for when some particularly ferocious period pains wiped me out, some receipts, an old wallet, a memory card that I was actually just looking for, so I'm just going to pop that there, a pen, some Lensip, a reloadable arcade card from bowling alley in Massachusetts. I don't leave the house without that, obviously. A lipstick, a pencil, a single tampon, a bracelet that I took off at some point on a day out because it was too big, some loose change, and then yeah, just receipts, and I don't know what that is, some sort of business card that says protect your information. I don't know what that is. So yeah, that's just the remnants of the bag. Most of that's going back in there. So it fits absolutely loads of miscellaneous crap in it, which is great. But yeah, I really love it. It's got a zip closure as well. It has been everything that I really hoped this bag would be. And I think I will just keep wearing it forevermore as well. So that's going in a favourite. Should have saved that one for yearly favourites actually, but we're here now, so I might be talking about that again quite soon. I'm gonna do some makeup. Actually, body product. I was thinking when I was writing my list for this, and what are the things that whenever they start to run out, I order before they've run out to make sure I've got. And this is one of them, the L'Occitane almond shower oil. I order the bigger one. They do it in a smaller one too. It's the nicest, most luxurious shower gel I've ever used. I love the smell, very almondy as the name suggests. And it is an oil, so it feels oily on the skin, but it feels really nourishing and really nice, and I love it. And then a more recent thing I'm really enjoying is the Vieve Skin Nova. Lindsay gave me this actually because she had some extra ones when I was at hers in Cornwall, and she was like, you must try this because it's so good. It's an instant radiance primer. I have it on now. I feel like the combination of my SPF, which has a bit of pigment in it, plus this is the perfect base. Just slightly evens out your skin tone. There's not really any coverage. It just brighten, make you glowy. And I think my skin looks great with both of those on. So I've been using this every day. Actually, probably realistically only for the last week, I think. But every day when I put it on, I really enjoy it. So I wanted to put that in there. I think it only comes in one shade because I can't see a shade written anywhere. And it's kind of gold. Like it looks really, I mean, not kind of gold, it is gold. And oh my God, I love doing stuff like this because it feels so old school YouTubey, watching somebody rub something into the back of their hand. But yeah, you can't really tell. You're just gonna have to take my word for it. Let's go back to fashion. This is inside out because I've just taken it out of the wash basket, which is also always a good sign of how much I've been wearing something. This was also sent to me. It's a jumper from Soft Goat, a cashmere brand that I haven't had anything from before, but it is beautiful. It's a very thick cashmere. It is so incredibly soft, and it's a really flattering shape. I find knitwear quite hard having bigger boobs. So often it can make me feel frumpy. I'm really conscious of saying that because I don't want anyone else with big boobs to start to feel have a complex about how they look in knitwear because of something I've said about myself. It's very much just for me that sometimes I find like a jumper where it cinches in, you know, and it's got like a elasticated waistband. I'm saying all of that bit wrong, but you know what I mean. And I just sometimes think, oh, I feel so frumpy and I don't feel nice in this. So I'm finding that the knits that I gravitate to the most are ones that are looser through the bottom, like a boxier shape. So it kind of skims off your boobs a little bit more. There's no like big boobs in knitwear. They just, I think knitwear sometimes somehow makes them more obvious most of the time. And there's no way around that. But this I've found incredibly flattering. As you can see, it's a really wide fit through the body. And yeah, it's boxy. It has quite a wide neckline, which is the only thing I don't love. But with a t-shirt underneath, you do feel like you've got that close crew neck, which I prefer as well in a knit, unless it's like a v-neck, obviously. But yeah, that's my only thing I don't love. But I have worn this. This is the most worn jumper I've had throughout October, which is why it also now needs a wash. I'm going to wash it today. But it's really soft, really thick, really beautiful, really nice brand. So thank you so much, Soft Goat, for sending me this. I love it. Just pop that onto my pile of things that came out of my handbag. Also a pair of jeans to share with you. I have a pair of old Arquette jeans that are the most perfect bright blue, and they're like a low rise baggy. If they have them online, I'll link them. They're in New York, so I can't show you them, but they're like a low rise, very baggy jean, which I like that look of jean, but it doesn't flatter me at all. Like it's like a deliberate thing to wear something like that for me because it doesn't flatter my shape, but I can like how it looks as a styling thing. But I've been wanting a similar shade of blue jean in a fit that I find more flattering, that would maybe a bit more evening appropriate or just a bit smarter. The Arquette ones are really baggy. And for some reason, this shade of blue has been so hard to find. I think I found it. I don't think these are quite as bright. These are from a brand called L'Agence. These were sent to me as well. I've got them in a waist. What does that say? Does that say 26 or 28? 26. And yeah, as you can see, they're a really intense blue. As a jean, they're much more sort of more cottony, thinner, not stretchy, but just thinner denim than I normally like. I normally like a stiff, thick denim. These aren't that at all, but as you'll see from the cutaway, it really, really lends itself actually for the way that these hang and sit on the leg. They're essentially like a flare, I suppose. But I think that they don't look to how I remember wearing flares when I was sort of in my early teens, which isn't something I want to go back to necessarily, or even younger than that maybe. But yeah, I think they're incredibly flattering. They're really long in the leg, and the colour is very much the kind of blue that I've been hunting for. And it's specifically to wear like this black cashmere jumper, some black boots and a long black coat. Really simple, very chic, but the bright blue denim is something that I keep really, really yearning for in that combination. So those are some jeans. Got another basic here actually. This is a t-shirt from Leset. I have it in white and I have it in black, and it has this little Henley style neckline here, 2 little buttons, slight v-neck, slight v-neck. Again, I'll show you in the cutaway. I'm also going to show you what it looks like under a v-neck jumper because it's just a nice little extra detail. But boxy fit, short, slightly short in the body. I think it's flattering over big boobs. Nice cotton, not too thick, not as thick as the COS ones that I really love and recommend a lot. It's slightly thinner than that, but I do think that the shape of it really lends itself to a slightly thinner cotton. And yeah, I just think it's a really, really great t-shirt and quite nice to find a basic that feels like it's doing something slightly different to all the other white and black t-shirts that we own inevitably. So yeah, Leset, thank you, love it. Final clothing item is a very special one. This is a suede trench coat. I know that suede has been a trend for a while now, and I definitely have become more suede obsessed since the trend begun. Partly because there's just so many suede things available at the moment, it's excessive, but I am enjoying wearing suede so much. Like my suede trousers from COS that were my last month's favourite, my suede coat from Sir that I bought last winter that I love so much still. It is such a chic fabric, and it's a really interesting fabric to wear, I think, because it is slightly ever changing as it wears in, and just the way that like suede moves, obviously, there's just like a texture that runs through it. So this is from a brand called Rise and Fall, who I knew predominantly for doing bedding and like homeware, things like that, but they also do clothing. They've also done this in a chocolate brown, but my favourite colour is navy, as you know, and it's gorgeous. It's also one of those pieces that every time I've worn it, somebody's complimented me on it. It's not going to be the most practical in winter because suede, rain, not a match made in heaven. But it has really also reminded me of how much I love wearing a trench. And I don't wear them often enough. Even just like a classic, you know, like Burberry style beige cotton trench. The shape of a trench, the detail, like when you've got the storm flap at the back and everything, I think is just a really, really beautiful coat. I took the belt off this just because I don't like belts. I fiddle with things so much, and I find that if I have a belt, I'm sort of messing with it all the time in a way that makes me feel like if I'm talking to people, I just notice I'm fiddling. So that's sort of more of a me problem again. But yeah, this is really beautiful. I have it in a medium, and I actually do think sizing up was the right thing to do. I think my own size would have felt too tight, especially if I want to layer knitwear underneath it. But yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. I love it so much and have been really enjoying wearing it as well whenever the weather permits. I'm going to go out in a bit, and I think hopefully the weather might permit today. I can't tell if it's raining, it's just grey. Other favourites include an album called Getting Killed by a band called Geese, who they've been around for a while, but I've never really listened to them. Their lead singer, I listened to his solo album and absolutely loved it. I think that came out earlier this year. And then yeah, this Geese album came out, and I've been in like a real music Groundhog Day for ages. I actually have really, really switched off with listening to music all this year. So probably listened to the least music I've listened to actually since I was sort of in my early teens or even younger. And I'm just not really enjoying it in the same way. So strange. I'm sure it will come back around to me, but this Geese album really like reignited why I have been obsessed with listening to music for most of my life. And I keep having it on repeat. It's so good. It's a bit shouty. I love shouty. Quite heavy in points, a bit grungy. It's great. I really, really recommend it. Right, to end, I've also got 2 books. I'm going to start with one that I think would be a beautiful gift. This is another thing that I was sent, and I'm really glad that I was, because I don't know that I would have discovered this company without having been sent this. So I really wanted to include it. They have also given me a discount code, which I'll write in the description box. The discount code it does have one big discount code and a little discount code because there's 2 types of this specific book. I'll write all of that information in the description box for you. I think this would be a beautiful gift for a book lover too. They basically make limited edition runs of beautiful editions of books. This one is A Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. This is the one that there's fewer runs of editions. They're all illustrated. It's similar in concept to Folio Society, but I think a bit more chic than Folio Society is sometimes. I really like Folio Society and I have some of them. And again, I think they're a really good gift for somebody who loves books. Just to like collect these really beautiful editions feels really special. But yeah, this is just really exceptional, and has illustrations throughout. The pages are beautiful. So yeah, I wanted to mention this, especially as it could be a great Christmas gift, but even the font and the text on the pages, I think is really beautiful. So thank you so much. I'm going to keep it in this gorgeous box as well and put it on my bookshelf. But yeah, they haven't done many different books yet. This is their most recent one that they've done, but you can have a look on the website to see a little bit more. But what a gorgeous gift that would be. And a final book, one that I read this month, really little recommendation, Kick the Latch by Catherine Scanlon, which is an incredibly short book, sort of 120 pages, very small. Some of the pages look like that, so there's not very much on them. I read this in one sitting, sat in the airport, and it was so enjoyable. I was absolutely enthralled, is the only word for it. It is about a woman who dedicates her life to horses and specifically working on a racetrack. So she's working with jockeys, but she's sort of like a horse hand, I suppose. She's kind of taking the horses out, exercising them, training them, mucking them out, feeding them. And I do think horses are quite fascinating, just of how much, like, them themselves are so incredibly powerful, aren't they, as an animal, and they take so much care, so much time, so much money. Some of them are worth so much money. The whole industry of horse racing, I think, is really fascinating. It's brutal, it's violent. What the animals go through is really difficult to read at points, like the physicality of what the jockeys go through. There's lots of drug taking involved. Like there's something quite sort of very seedy almost to it, and very visceral in how she writes it. Lots of sort of her getting up at 4 a.m. every day to go to the stables, to start mucking the horses out, to get them ready for them when they're going to be ridden for the day. And the like physicality of it, of her, of what she's doing, of the athletes riding the horses, of the horses themselves. It really, I can really feel it as I was reading it. Like, even when I'm talking about it now, I feel like I can feel it in my body still, just imagining what it takes. And then it's all laced with just how much she deeply loves horses and respects horses, and how her relationship, there's nothing as sort of like her relationship with one horse. There is one, but it's not so much about that. It's not like a love story between somebody and their animal or their pet or anything. It's not really treating horses as pets in that way. It is kind of just like a deep, profound respect for what the animals are capable of and how you need to treat them in order to get the best out of them, in terms of their health, their own happiness as animals, but also in terms of, you know, using them in horse races as well. So the topic really fascinated me, but her writing is incredible. It's punchy. It really draws you in. Everything is in these very short chapters, almost sort of read like individual short stories. And I really recommend it. I think you could just read it in one sitting like I did to get the most out of it. I was really sad when it ended too. It could have been so much longer for me and I would have just continued lapping it up, I think. So yeah, I wanted to recommend this, Kick the Latch by Catherine Scanlon. I ordered another one that she has published, so I'll give that a go soon and let you know if this is sort of going to become one of those authors that I find myself continuously drawn to. That concludes this video at high pace. I feel like I always do these really quickly, but I guess I'm just excited to talk to you about what I love. And so far you've been really enjoying these, so thank you so much. I keep saying this every time, but it's really nice to keep a little list on your phone of the things that you're enjoying throughout the month. I think even if you're not making content, it's a nice little thing to do. It makes me really appreciative for like my shower gel, for instance, like really normal day-to-day bits. So yeah, thank you for watching. Things will be linked in the description box. Thank you to all the brands that have gifted me things that have been featured in this video as well. I'm always grateful for that. And thank you to my mum for buying me that handbag last Christmas. That has been probably the biggest yearly fashion favourite for me. I'm jumping the gun there before we do a yearly favourites, but I've said it. So yeah, thank you so much to everybody and I will see you in the next one.